Daddy Pig and Mammy Pig had both been out to the shop, and without knowing, Peppa and George have got some frozen chocolate to eat. And Mammy Pig said, "Wow, Daddy Pig, we got a load of chocolate here. Should we just give him one bar today and keep the rest for the rest of the week?" Great idea. So the idea was to surprise Peppa and George with these frozen chocolate sweets. And they're really cool. So Mammy Pig calls Peppa and George, and Peppa was in the bath and George was in his room. So Peppa jumps out of the bath and says, "I'll be there now, Mum." So Peppa jumps out, shakes herself off to dry herself, and comes downstairs. And she couldn't believe what she's seen. She's seen 5 frozen chocolate bars all lined up in the front room. And they've got all the cool characters from Frozen on it. So Peppa shouts up to George and says, "George, you have to see this. Come down." So George comes down and says, "Wow," and gets really excited. So as you can imagine, Peppa and George are really happy to see frozen chocolate bars in the front room. So Mammy and Daddy Pig said, "Go on then, Peppa, pick one. Which one would you like?" And Peppa goes and hugs Mammy and Daddy Pig to say thank you. And George also says thanks. So with a helping hand, we open the chocolate bar to see what it is. Wow, it says Disney on it. So there's half for Peppa, and the other half is George's. George gets a slightly smaller piece because he's not as big as Peppa yet. But when he's big as Peppa, he'll have just as big chocolate bars as Peppa does. So Peppa and George get stuck in and start eating their chocolate. Mammy and Daddy Pig are really pleased that they managed to find some frozen chocolate bars for Peppa and George to eat. And Peppa said, "Don't forget to subscribe."